even sitting here listening to Elliott and you know, don't never downplay yourself, my nigga. If you think you're the best, you think you're the best. I think I'm the best at everything I do. If I don't do it, if I'm not doing it.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode. Please like the video and subscribe. Our target is only 1,000 likes. Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith altered the landscape of debate television by joining forces on Fast Take, but getting there was a years-long battle with ESPN. For years, Stephen A. Smith has openly credited and thanked Bayless for making him a full-time debate partner on Fast Take in the year 2012. Stephen A. though has since modeled Fast Take into his own show by getting rid of Max Kellerman in 2021 and watching Bayless leave ESPN by his own will in 2016. But the thing is, Skip Bayless didn't just bring Stephen A. to Fast Take, he helped him back to ESPN. Stephen A.'s first stint at ESPN ended in 2009. According to Skip Bayless, Fast Take ratings were already going through the roof during the 2011 Tebow season. At the time, ESPN was allowing Stephen A. to make weekly appearances on Fast Take, but at the end of that season, Skip Bayless insisted on having Stephen A. as a full-time debate partner on Fast Take.
Or anything like that. Like, for instance, we'll before we get to hip-hop, we'll do sports. Before you had to have a Howard Cosell, I know you don't know who Howard Cosell is, that, but or a Brian Gumbel or a Rashad Amar Rashad, and now you can just go on your phone and be like, this coach is bugging the fuck out. I don't want to be here. We just talked about it. Tyreek Hill talking about him. He puts on his in his Instagram picture his face on Antonio Pierce's body when he left Tampa Bay.
Antonio Brown, yeah.
Pardon me. Antonio Pierce just got fired. Pardon me. Antonio Brown. So you don't have to necessarily wait to do an interview to where coming up you be like, damn, I want to get the cover of the Source. I want to get the cover of the Vibe. I want to get the cover of the Double XL. And now if you got millions of followers, it doesn't really matter. It's the same thing like with radio. You wanted Funkmaster Flex to play a song. Shout out to Funkmaster Flex too, because he helped boost my career. You want the #1 DJ in California to play a song. Nah, it don't matter now, because now what niggas is chasing is what you're doing, and it all bases, a lot of these things are based on analytics. How many Instagram followers you have, Twitter followers, Facebook friends, TikToks, Snapchat followers, so on and so forth. So even sitting here listening to Elliott and you know, don't never downplay yourself, my nigga. If you think you're the best, you think you're the best. I think I'm the best at everything I do. If I don't do it, if I'm not doing it, then I ain't the best at it. I like to be the best at everything I'm doing. Like, to me, I know we will talk afterwards, but like, even when you use the word journalism, what does that really mean? Because you write better than me? I don't really think so. Do you do a better interview? Can you interview somebody better than me? Not really, because if you're talking about hip-hop artists, I'm more relatable to them than you are. You're the guy with the pen and the pad behind the thing like this, and I'm like, yo, I went through some shit like that, nigga. Yeah, remember? Yeah, my first concert when I had this, but you've been around the culture for a long time, so it isn't like, you know, I'm not saying that being facetious. I'm saying that more as that's been your perspective in the last 30 years of what you've been doing, to where I seen what you said. It's not fair because Kim got relationships with artists and he could get the interview before this. What I would recommend, and matter of fact, I keep it, I'll say it now because I don't know if stats format more questions, but it's more about to where people have to like you instead of the story you tell. My personal opinion is because you can sit there and tell somebody else's story, but who would they like it to hear it from? Mace, Stat, Snoop Dogg, Brian Gump, whoever, you know what I'm saying? So that's what it's basically about to me. And when Elliott's talking about what he's about to do, and good luck on what you're about to do, but waiting around for somebody to give you an interview, it might not work. You look at somebody like Academics, right? Academics ain't waiting for no motherfucking interview. And I know some rappers don't like him, some rappers do, whatever, but he don't give a fuck. He get up there every day and tell you what's going on in hip hop, this, that, and the third, etc. You look at somebody like Joe Budden's podcast. I don't remember seeing the guests up there. It's his staff, etc. Waiting on guests, them days is over. So it's more about capturing the moment. Even like this show right here, Talk with Flea. My man Larry will be here, a couple of my homies or whatever. But I don't necessarily need a guest to do this show. So I think that's what it's more about, building a personality that you are So people are like to hear from you. And then when they like you, you can bring out the things to the table. That'll make artists want to come fuck with you. Like, yo, what's up, man? Yo, that nigga show is funny. Yo, he's a cool dude. I like his style. I think I will give him an interview. You know what I'm saying? So that's my opinion on that.
Point. And then before I move on, Elliott, do you have a rebuttal to that? And then I'm just going to ask, do you feel like you're a better interviewer than Cam?
I'm not trying to battle. Like what Cam said is true. I think artists to artists always have that, connection, right? So, they've been through the trenches together. Like, again, as Cam said, I'm a civilian. I'm a journalist. I'm the outside of documenting. So yeah, peer to peer is always going to be special. They created literally interview magazines so other people could, famous people could talk to each other because there's a camaraderie there. But, I think Cam's right also. Like, I can't rely on the big interview. This isn't the big interview era anymore. Right. It's about content creation. It's about, adapting to what's going on. I think I do that through social media. And I got this show getting called The Bigger Picture, where it's a debate show. It's me, Jeremy Heck, and DJ Head. And we've done 30 episodes, nice little steady start. We're averaging about 50K to 100K per episode. We have had no guests. So that's the first thing I've ever done that hasn't had no guests driven. So I think that's, like, to Cam's point, you can't be relying anymore on that. You have to move like academics does, in the sense of like documenting culture and not necessarily think you're going to get the big interview. So that's something I've adjusted to, and I'm adjusting to now.
Got it. Okay, and then to your point, you were talking about...
Okay. Then you're not sitting around just, hating on, people for what they're building.
Yeah.
Like Elliott Wilson does all the time. He can't help himself. He's just...
Why? What's up with Elliott?
But he hated on Cameron and Mace for what they building with It Is What It Is talk. It was just disgusting.
Cameron's running like he's Stephen A. Smith.
That's what people be mad at you about when you say shit like that. Which I think he should lean into. Be the old villain.
Oh, D, that was hate.
Why is this for a journalist? Because he has an opinion? Why? This is the shit I do well, and not everybody want to do it. I don't like that shit. And I'd be a hater.
You don't like it because you don't think they're good at it?
I know I'm better at it. Okay. It's me. It's my life.
Who are you to say I'm better at this than them?
They're not better. Like, that shit cringeworthy. I watch that shit. It's not good.
Yo.
Shit ain't popping. It ain't popping. I don't agree. What's the Cameron interview? He was like, yo, Cameron really asked a question. Like, what are you talking about? No.
Mo and I aren't journalists. We're still in hip-hop media. You are a hip-hop journalist. What interview did Cam take away from us?
Celebrity has access to different things that I may not have. And again, I think feel like they underperform.
We made podcasting popping. Then Rap Radar podcast came, and you took God knows how many interviews from us.
But that's his character now, right? Like, isn't that like his
Yeah, but it don't work. It don't work if you come off as bitter.
Right.
And that's what I was trying to explain to people last year. Like, you just randomly hating on Kai Cenat. And then you apologize. And you randomly hating on Cameron and Mace, and you apologize. And I know Elliott is so happy that Cameron and Mace weren't on this week, because they've been on his head on social media.
Oh, yeah.
But they was like, when we come back, we cooking you. And, he went to the Need to Know podcast. Salute to the Need to Know podcast. Love what they doing over there. Went to the Need to Know podcast, explaining himself. What'd you say earlier? If you explaining, you're losing.
You explain, you're losing.
Exactly. And that's explain himself. You don't got to explain being a hater. Stand on your shit. And I've told him this before.
Yeah.
Stop popping shit and then apologizing. If you're going to play this, I've told him.
If you want to be the heel of hip hop journalism,
be it.
You got to be it 100% through and through.
Academics ain't out here apologizing.
Yeah.
Now, listen, I've apologized when I feel like I've gone too far.
Yeah.
For certain things, but I'm not apologizing about my opinion about your music.
Yeah.
My opinion about your show. I apologize if I said some wild shit that might have been too personal.
Yeah.
Or if I said something that, really might have hurt your feelings.
There's also nothing wrong with apologizing, but like if you're, it seems to me that you're saying that he's playing a character.
He's playing a character that he's not even built to play, and I've told him this before. Elliott, I've told you this before. Have I not told you this before? You're playing a character you're not even built to play.
And if you do play, I guess, this character doesn't apologize. If you are the heel journalist, think about what a heel would do in wrestling. Think about what a heel would do in boxing.
Yes.
Like, you say fucked up shit at the press conference, then you go, oh, I'm sorry. No. You got to stay with it through and through. I guess that's what you're saying.
And also stop running to other people's podcasts to express these opinions. You have the bigger picture, and I'm gonna give you this advice because I don't talk to you. I don't fuck with the guy, right? I don't. I really don't. But you got the bigger picture. You should be having these conversations on the bigger picture. And more importantly, I just don't understand why you would just discard a great property like Rap Radar. Schultz, you know how hard it is to create IP nowadays?
Yeah.
So you got the IP Rap Radar. Even if you don't get the guests, how about just put your opinions up there?
Yeah.
I saw the guys from Backfield, Esso and Heineken. I saw them last week. I thought what y'all did was great. I mean, I see a lot of people do this, but I thought what they did was great. They do a lot of interviews with folks, right?
Okay.
But last week, they were just Esso and Heineken answering questions. Chopping it up.
Yeah.
Answering questions, talking about things, giving their opinions on things.
Yeah.
You could be doing that with B. Elliott. You and B. could be sitting around Rap Radar just having these conversations about hip hop and hip hop culture.
That's not happening.
Because he's an idiot.
Oh.
Shout
out B. man. I
Salute
think
my guy B.
Yeah.
Salute to B. Man. Salute to B. That's my dude. Talk to B. Damn near every day. And I just think it's just bad business. Who somebody put a battery in his back and told him he should brand himself more. I think it was Budden. I think Joe said. I think it was Joe. I think Joe was on Rap Radar podcast, and I think he said that. And there's nothing wrong with that, but that don't mean discard your IP.
Yeah, you can still brand yourself while also
having Rap Radar.
Yeah, and you could use
your Rap Radar
to continue to push the other things you have.
I do it every day.
Yeah. Yeah,
it's called the Breakfast Club.
Podcast. You did it with
Brilliant Idiots every week.
Everything.
Yeah. I'm not ever stopping doing Brilliant Idiots at Breakfast Club.
But like we use the star power that you built up and the currency with people immediately with this. I mean, like you took all of that and you brought over. I didn't bring anything to the pot. I mean, I brought. Okay, I had
talent.
I had. Okay, fair enough. But like I was on maybe Guy Code, but I didn't have. Like you had people that listened to you every single morning and they wanted to continue listening to you. And this is a listening platform that we then created a visual platform.
Yeah.
But like, so you transferred that. That's awesome. But you didn't leave Breakfast Club after you did it.
No, absolutely not. But you also have talent.
Of course.
You're a talented motherfucker.
I'm not undermining my contribution. I guess what I'm saying is that I didn't also bring in all the ears immediately. I had some people listening for me for sure in the beginning. And I hope that throughout my career, I've had more people that have wanted to continue listening or that. But initially, that currency that you invested in it.
And by the way, I didn't think nobody was going to listen to this shit. I didn't know.
Yeah.
It's just a rolling the dice. In my mind, I'm like, I don't know if people want to hear me outside of fucking the radio.
That's the things that we all have. Isn't it crazy? Like, everybody has a little of that, like almost like imposter syndrome. Like,
a lot of it.
Yeah.
I don't have it no more though. Fuck y'all, suck my dick. I used to a lot. I used to have that shit bad until Bishop T.D. Jakes told me, he was like, look, even if you don't think you're worthy, just know God knows you're worthy. That's why he was in the position you.
But my contribution would be to consider working on feeling worthy. Because if you don't own the life that God gives you, it